How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. As always, if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. You guys get plenty of fun stuff. We're really close to 200 now, and typically the Red Hood reviews get over 200 views, so you guys could help me hit that, I'm just saying. But anyway, with that aside, this chapter was extremely well done for a couple reasons. The biggest and most main one I think of is something I feel like should be harped on more and, well, praised more, is the fact that this was what, a standard 19-page chapter? Yeah, 19-page. And there was so much detail in this chapter, but it doesn't feel crammed. Everything flowed smoothly. It wasn't difficult to understand what was going on or what was trying to be told to us. But so much detail and so many things were put into this standard sized chapter. That is very, very well done. There are a lot of series that don't do that incredibly well and tend to waste a lot of time. But on top of this, there's also something I thought was very well done as far as panel usage and kind of going outside the box, but we'll get to that when we get to page 6. So, we're starting off and we're going back to a little bit of what Velo was talking about during their private little meeting before the test actually started. And he goes on about how they used to play a game where you would dress up as a werewolf and everybody else would try to grab the tail off of you. That's basically what they're going to play instead of cops and robbers. They're going to play steal the tail, with the tail being the handcuffs that Grim and Debonair have. You can actually kind of even twist this again and say, well, they're still basically playing cops and robbers, but the robbers are actually trying to rob the cops. Typically, you wouldn't try to rob the cops, but there's no rule against it, and you are robbers. It's kind of in the name, so yeah, just rob the handcuffs. Anyway, Debonair is impressed with this idea and applauds them for it, but asks them if they really think they can take the handcuffs from her. So we start going into more and more details about what we're doing here, what our big plan is, what are the things we need to look out for, what can we exploit, all of these kind of things. So to break it down into a little bit simpler terms, the big thing we need to figure out is how do they exchange or get more cuffs. We know Debonair has 4 and Grim has 5. 9 cuffs for 30 participants. That's not going to work. Theoretically, there is going to have to come a point in time where they do some sort of physical action to get more cuffs from somebody or somewhere. If we can figure that out, we can take away all of those cuffs and then whittle that number down, and if we can get it to where there's 0 cuffs left, I mean, well, nobody can be arrested. Theoretically, that's the best way it could go. Mario also points out that the 2 cops can only arrest so many people at one time. They can't physically grab 10, 20 people and take them all to jail at the same time. They can also exploit that. We also have brought up to us the fact that 2-hour time limit, that's a long time to kind of try and stall or disrupt this exchanging supply process. But Velo says about that. And yeah, this is something we should all kind of understand already before it gets explained later in the chapter. The only moment that matters here is the final moment of the 2 hours. They've already stated if you are not in jail at the end of the 2-hour mark, you pass. There's no rule about you can't get arrested 10 times within 2 hours and then be free for the last 30 seconds. No, that doesn't count. No, that still counts. You're still free to go. You pass. Congratulations. With all this aside, we can keep moving on, and Debonair's coming down with her hand super heated, coming straight for Porchen. But Porchen, being the juggler, the super agile one, the circus ropes and flippy dippy stuff, just jumps straight out of the way. But this is when Debonair starts to notice that her belt buckle is rusting away, until she realizes no, it's being corroded, eroded, whichever one it was. I can't remember. This is the work of Mario's mold. He erodes away the belt buckle. Porchen still has the rope in there. The belt buckle is free. The handcuffs are free. Pulls it straight to her. Unfortunately for everybody, it's not going to be that easy because Grim shows us why Grim is just one of the best, if not the best things in the series. Let's just be entirely honest. So Grim notices they're after the handcuffs, and Porchen thinks she's good with the nimble, agile fighting style. Grim grabs the rope that Porchen is still holding on to, and this is where we get into page 6, and I talked about it. If you go back and look at page 6, the top left panel to the middle right panel, the rope follows from panel to panel. You can follow the rope to follow the action specifically. Grim grabbed the rope that Porschen was still holding onto, wrapped it around the back of Bonkers, held it down with one foot to anchor it so Bonkers couldn't get back, kicked him, then dragged the rope, pulling Velo and Porschen into each other. Luckily for us, Porschen was able to throw the handcuffs she got from Debonair over to Nulo just in time before her and Velo got slammed into each other by Grim's just absolutely pure divine finesse. That's all you can use to describe that. That was pure finesse, and it was beautiful. And the way it was done, like I said, with the rope following from panel to panel, very well done. That is a little bit of detail that a lot of authors would just completely skip over, but that is phenomenal. So Bonkers, Velo, and Porschen are all down from Grim, and we finally get a look at Sanctuary Priestess Defense Arts, what was it? Tower of Divine Favor. This is that last lady that we really haven't seen how she fights or does anything in combat, the very shrouded one. Apparently it's like a priestess type thing, a goddess type thing. Super cool, and apparently she is able to increase the durability of this barrier to the point where Debonair could not break free from it, but it was at the sacrifice of how long it was going to last, but it does seem to last for at least a little bit of a time. It's not like it's, oh, hey, I put this up, we got 2 seconds to get out of here, like now. Like, no, it's still there for a second, so that is very impressive to just block Debonair. That's pretty strong defense there. I'll take that as a support character, I'm just saying. So this is where I want to say something, that you can take an extremely tiny panel and put very, very important detail into it. All you need is a little tiny panel of Velo winking to Mario and Nulo, and they both understand, okay, carry on with the plan, we need to retreat. They don't stand around, ask questions, nothing. Everybody knows what's going on. We just need that little wink, and they immediately turn around and leave. So yes, the 3 that Grim knocked down are all put into jail, handcuffed, and we do in fact see the exchange from one of the guards to Grim giving her more handcuffs. So, mission accomplished. We know how the exchange works. We can move on to plan A, which was the preferred plan in the first place. So Debonair tells us about the whole durability and time limit thing of the barrier, but she decides she doesn't feel like waiting it for it to go away, so she just melts through the floor with her hand. That was really cool. That was awesome. I'm just saying. So yeah. The guard actually tells Velo and them, like, that was pretty impressive, but your friends abandoned you, so what's up now? And Velo's like, no, it's okay. It's according to plan. This is fine. This is what they needed. Getting arrested isn't a big deal, as Velo says. It's just that final moment. So if you can have an ally get you free after getting arrested, just so you can get some information, that is a worthy trade-off. You can't just have nothing but wins. This is a give and take here. You get arrested, you get information, you get an ally to get you out. You can then go on the offensive, try and put Grim and Debonair on the back foot by taking care of that exchange process and limiting how many people they can arrest in the first place. So if Grim and Debonair get limited to, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 handcuffs for all 30 people, it's going to be hard to keep anybody in jail at all. You just don't have enough numbers or handcuffs to restrain enough people. That's a big problem. We cut back to the meeting again, and Velo's telling everybody, like, I want as many people to pass so we can have as many hunters to hunt as many werewolves to kill them all. And everybody's like, I don't really care about your ideology, kid. It's a good plan. We'll just do the good plan. It's fine. Just go on. So yeah, Velo, not everybody's on the same wavelength as you. It's okay. You don't have to worry about explaining it to everybody. Everybody wants to be a hunter for their own reasons. So let's just stick to the plan. We'll be friends later. Don't worry about it. You gotta love Velo, though. So, a few more details about the plan. We have 2 teams of 3. One team will get arrested, save energy, try to find out that exchange process. Mission accomplished. The other trio will leave, try to recruit allies, then when the time is right, save the other team. After that, we can go on hit and run tactics to disrupt the exchange process, and, I mean, if you get a chance, actually take out Grim or Debonair. Kind of doubt that's gonna happen, but hey, you never know. But anyway, so yeah. Team 1, good job, you're arrested, you found out the exchange process, good to go. Team 2, we're working on finding allies. There was some Spider-Man just sitting in the corner not doing anything. They also end up running into Tilty, and I did not give Tilty enough credit. I thought Tilty was doing the same thing he did last time, trying to pass the hunter's exam with him and Milty, using their skill to try and do their own thing. I was wrong. I didn't give him enough credit. Turns out last time he did trust people. He did try to work as a group. He did try to work with a plan, and that backfired due to mistrust, and everybody started betraying each other, and that's why they failed. So joining up with other people was a detriment last time. This splitting up is him trying something different. So, didn't give him enough credit on that one. And he has a sound logic starting off. Going to the coal room, if Debonair goes in there and finds him, she can't use her heat fire abilities. She'll set off the coal, start fires, do all this crazy stuff. That just wouldn't be good. That's detrimental to, well, both of them and the ship in its entirety. So it puts him on a more even playing field with somebody like Debonair. However, I will dock this a little bit because what if Grimm finds him? Maybe he has a plan for Grimm. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit again. That is very possible. But this is better for if Debonair finds him than if Grimm finds him, as far as I'm aware. But anyway, him and Mario have a little bit of a conversation, and Mario moved up my list a lot this chapter. He had the mold doing the stuff with the belt buckle. He has this talk with Tilty about a relationship built solely on trust and nothing else is the most fragile relationship of all. It is extremely hard when you don't know people very well to trust them. But he says that throughout their training, throughout their way here, he has built some trust in Tilty. Tilty was even very quick to always help Mario be very comfortable in their living space. There has been trust built up there. But Mario also says that he understands his logic and he will let him carry on with his plan and they will try to find somebody else. And you can tell that Tilty isn't super happy about this. You can tell there's something messing with Tilty in the back of his head. Like, yeah, I do kind of trust Mario. I do want to trust Velo. I do want to trust this person, that person, maybe even Bonkers. You never know. So this is when the exchange guard for the handcuffs notices this mold growing out of the back of the cell. We also see this mold growing down to where Mario, Nulo, and the priestess lady, I can't remember her name right now, I have to go back and look at it. They see it, and it turns out that this is green mold, meaning plan A is a go, and for the final two panels, we get one of Velo, one of Mario. Plan A, good to go, it's time. Mario bumped way up this chapter. Mario is way cooler than I expected him to be. I absolutely love this dude already, so yeah, absolutely awesome. Loved all the detail. Love that little thing with the rope in page 6. I'm serious, that's really cool to do. I love seeing stuff like that. I just love this series so far. Chapter 10, and I've been all in it for a while now. So I hope you guys enjoyed the chapter as much as I did. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, if you did, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. It helps out, means a ton. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm out.